Assalamu alaikum. Hello students. This is your Sadat sir. Once again welcoming you to the virtual class. I'm going to take a class on a particular topic of English second paper today. Before introducing my topic, let me give you a text with some underlined words. You have to carefully read the text. While reading the text, you must keep your eyes on these underlined red marked words or phrases. After finishing reading the text, we will discuss the functions of these underlined words or phrases. Now let us read out the text. Bangladesh is basically or actually an overpopulated country where the density of population can hardly be imagined. This overpopulation is creating some problems for which the life of the common people is so miserable that we cannot think of. Firstly, it has created food crisis. Secondly, the country finds it difficult to give all its citizens medical and educational facilities. Moreover, or besides, a lot of educated people remain jobless and so, or therefore, or as a result, they are suffering from frustration. In this regard, we need to provide both the educated and the uneducated people some training so that they can ultimately contribute to the development of the country. As the government has taken some steps in order to turn our big population into a human resource, we can certainly hope for a better Bangladesh. Now let us discuss the functions of these words in this context. The main functions of these words or phrases in this text is to bring a logical development of the text. These words have brought a nice coherence to the whole theme of the text. You have found a very good harmony between two consecutive sentences or among the sentences. The text has nicely started with the words like basically or actually. And in the middle, the theme has been developed nicely with the words firstly, secondly, moreover, besides, and finally a very smart and a nice conclusion has been drawn through the words or phrases. In this regard, both so that ultimately as in order to certainly. So overall, these words are very much required to make your text or writing more effective and smarter. Now, a question has already been generated in your mind why I have introduced these words through this passage. The main focus of this class is on these words, the red marked words or phrases. These words basically belong to a chapter of your second paper. Now let me introduce my topic today. The title of the chapter is Connectors. You will find connector in question number 10 having 5 graphs and 5 marks. To put the right connectors, we need to find out the predominant parts of space in the gaps. Now let us discuss the parts of space of the underlined words or phrases for selecting the right connectors in the gaps. Look at the list of the adverbs. A very big list. Adverbs are very much predominant in this question item. There are some adverbs which are also used as connectors, conjunctions. There are relative pronouns. These relative pronouns are known as subordinate conjunctions. These subordinate conjunctions are used to make complex sentences. Apart from these three subordinate conjunctions, you have who, when, how, whom, whose. You have some phrases like in this regard, in order to, as a result. You will find adverbial or prepositional phrases very common in connectors. Apart from these phrases, in addition to, according to, in fact, these are very common phrases usually found in connectors. There are very common conjunctions like and. We know and can connect both two words as well as two clauses. Okay. Similarly, as connects both two words and two clauses. There are some subordinate conjunctions and coordinating conjunctions. The red marked words are subordinate conjunctions. These conjunctions are used for making complex sentences. I'm talking about the red marked conjunctions: if, unless, since, because, though, although. These are subordinate conjunctions. These conjunctions are for complex sentences, for subordinate clauses. Other conjunctions, these are coordinating conjunctions used for making compound sentences, but, yet, or otherwise. Sometimes but can be used at the very beginning of a sentence when two contradictory senses appear. Now, you have understood which words are predominant in connectors. Remember, adverbs are very common. Then conjunctions like subordinate conjunctions like WH words, relative pronouns, subordinate conjunctions like if, unless, since, because, though, although. And sometimes you need to put the adverbs so therefore in a concluding sentence. You need to remember that there are some phrases like adverbial phrases or prepositional phrases and some common conjunctions and, but, or otherwise. These are the coordinating conjunctions. Now let's move further. I have developed a text again for your better understanding. I have not given the words in the gaps. This text has been developed for your classwork. As I am not in a class now, I will give answers. I'm going to read out the text with these answers for your better understanding. Oishi is a girl who reads in class 9. She has got a scholarship in JSC. She is not only industrious but also brilliant. She believes that man can get his or her desired goals if he or she works really hard with honesty. She is working hard sincerely and honestly so that she can achieve her desired goals. Probably you have understood. You have understood what types of words you are going to put in connectors. You have understood the parts of speech which are predominant in this chapter. Now, let us discuss the common mistakes that our students tend to make. Some common mistakes in putting connectors. Putting noun words is a mistake. You can't put any noun words in connectors. Putting pronoun words. You can use WH words as subordinate conjunctions, which are relative pronouns, but you can't put any pronoun words like they, them, it. Okay. Now, putting verb or adjective words. You can't put any verb or verbal, present participle, past participle. You are strictly forbidden to put verb or adjective words. Avoid putting these prepositions. Avoid putting these prepositions in, at, with. Don't put this preposition. You can put preposition like before, after, during, as, but you can't put in, at, with. Instead of with, you can use along with. Sometimes students are seen putting small letters at the beginning of a sentence. Sometimes they are seen also putting a capital letter in the middle of a sentence. So you must avoid this mistake. Avoid doing this mistake. Don't put articles, a and the. You can't put any article in this chapter of connectors. So this is what I have developed for you today. Probably this class has benefited you a lot for understanding connectors. Now it's time for giving homework. All the board questions of 2017. You must submit your homeworks within 3 days. Now it's time for saying goodbye. Thank you very much. Hope to have a face-to-face class with you very soon. Till then, stay at home and stay safe and positive. Allah Hafiz.